Another signal, poor punctuality. What time are you supposed to come here? Is this event still going on, Marie? Okay, so what time are you supposed to start? Morning. 9 o'clock. So how many of you have been keeping, by 9 you're here constantly, and your colleagues are seeing you, so be honest. By 9 you're here, always, constantly. No, if you're confident, put up your, some of you are like, let's give them a hand. Let's give them a, no, those of you who didn't put up your hand, give them a hand. Let's give a hand to those who have put up their hands. Good? Now, if you're next to someone who didn't put up their hand, tell them if symptoms persist, seek professional advice. So, poor punctuality is a signal that you're not good at managing time. And please never, ever give an excuse of time of traffic jam. Those are called excuses. What, you see traffic jam? No. You mean you didn't have a brain to think that you wake up a little earlier? By the way, I want to publicly thank Marie because we had agreed that I get on stage at 3. So when it was coming towards 2:30, she called. Say, hey, I don't know where you are, but we are running a little behind schedule, so I think you'll get on stage at 3:30. Is that okay? Now, for me, that is brilliant. Rather than you let someone come, then they are waiting, because I hate waiting. So for me, I like that. Sometimes stuff can happen, so you call to renegotiate. It's okay to be late, but it's totally unacceptable not to communicate. Does that make sense? So if you could be, something could happen that is beyond your control. Not an excuse, you see, I overslept. I ate late last night. But so you communicate. So let's give Marie a hand. So that, I like that, Marie. That's good. That's being professional. Yeah? Number 3, stress. Are you stressed out? Now, what is shocking is that a few of us are stressed. Just a few. So please beware. At this age, you shouldn't be stressed. Poor productivity. Poor productivity means, have you noticed that there are people who, in one day, they are able to do what other people typically accomplish in a week? Have you ever noticed that? And there are others, it takes them a month to do what others do in a week. And here is something else that I should write down, that never confuse movement for achievement. Never confuse movement for achievement. This is what I mean. There are people whom you find they are so busy all over the place. They are busy, they shift chairs, they go up, down, they climb all the stairs in Kampala looking for a partner. 90 days later, no report. But you see some of those people, they are very busy, they climb the steps, they get to the door. They think, I'm not ready, they go. They go somewhere. They are there, they are dilly-dallying. They sit, they do not push to close the deal. So just because you're very busy doesn't mean that you're achieving much. And never seek for payment over effort. You should ask for payment over results. That people say, but I worked so hard. No one cares that you worked so hard. What people care about is what did you produce? That's what the marketplace cares about. What did you produce? So ask your neighbor that, what did you produce the last 30 days? And I don't want to hear, I read my books. That one is an obligation. That's the minimum expectation. Production means you added something of value, either to ISEC, to your community, or the organization you're working with. Does that make sense? That's what production means. You added something extra that was not there. And every month, ask yourself, what new thing can I create? Because then you have to account. For me, Angie knows, I've set a goal that by the end of the year, I should have 52 products. Why? Because I want to account for each and every week of the year. I have to account. We are in what? September. So ask your neighbor that, can you really, really account for the last 9 months? What 9 things have you produced that can account for the last 9 months? Ask your neighbor. Now, you see, ladies and gentlemen, I discovered a clear definition of who a motivational speaker is recently. That part of my core job is to comfort the afflicted and to afflict the comfortable. As I-Seekers, we are comfortable. You have an education, at least you have a foundation, so you're comfortable. So some of these questions I'm asking is to afflict some pain so that you can think now, so that you do not waste like the first 5 years of my working life the way I did it, just moving about. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You see wind blowing that way, you go. We go. You find brilliant gentlemen, I mean, like, we go. Some of them even with no shirts. We go. You ask, where are you going? We are going. They have no clue where they are going. But I'm challenging you to start thinking strategically at this stage, so that by the time you turn 37 like I am, to produce so much more than what I've produced. Because I didn't have these sort of questions that I'm throwing at you. These are things that have taken me years to learn. Are we together? I've wasted at least half of my working life not being clear, not being productive, not being intentional. And I don't want you to be like that. That's why I'm here. I want it to be different, and we need to develop a different caliber, especially us Africans. The Africans, where are you? Where are you? If you're American, where are you? So especially us in Africa, our productivity levels are so low. On average in Africa, we produce about $250 per person. Per month, I think. Yet countries like Europe, they are in 2,500, 3,500, like the Scandinavian countries are even crazy. I'm sure Finland is in the 2,000s. What? Do you think his gray brain matter is 10 times his? Yes or no? No, exactly. But it's certain habits. It's putting value on time. That's why in the developed world, they typically pay per hour. While in Africa, we pay per month. Hello? So when I was in New York doing internship, so there was this Israeli guy who was telling me, so you need to ask yourself, every hour, how much have you produced? They think in hours, we think in months. In the village, they think in seasons. That's the problem. So we need to start attaching value to our time.